8월 12일 9시 1분
Aesop's Fables. Chapter 1. The Fox and the Grapes.
One very hot day, a thirsty fox saw some ripe grapes in a garden. He said to himself, "How lucky I am! On a hot day like this, ripe grapes will be much nicer than cold water." Then he walked quietly into the garden and jumped up at the grapes. But the fox just missed them. He tried again and again, but every time he couldn't get the grapes. Finally, the fox stopped trying. He said, "I won't try anymore. The grapes are probably sour." It is easy to hate what you cannot have.
The Fox and the Crow. A crow was sitting on a tree.
A crow was sitting on a tree branch with a piece of delicious cheese in each mouth. The fox saw the crow and wanted the cheese. The fox thought and thought about how it could get the cheese. Finally, the fox had an idea. The fox said, What a special bird. It is the most beautiful bird. Are its songs as beautiful as its face?" These kind words made the crow very happy, and the crow wanted to sing a song for the fox. But when the crow opened its mouth to sing, the cheese fell down. The smart fox quickly ran and got the cheese. Then the fox said to the crow, "You are very beautiful, but not very smart." Don't always believe people who tell you kind things.
The Fox and the Woodcutter.
Some hunters were chasing a fox. The fox saw a woodcutter and asked him for help. "Please hide me, kind woodcutter," the fox said. The woodcutter told the fox to go in. The woodcutter told the fox to go into his house. Soon the hunters came. They asked the woodcutter, "Did you see a fox?" The woodcutter said, "No, but pointed to his house." The woodcutter said, "No, but pointed to his house." The hunters didn't know why the woodcutter pointed. They went away. After a while, the fox came out of the house. The fox didn't say thank you. The woodcutter got angry at the fox. "Why don't you say thank you?" he asked. "I wanted to thank you," the fox said, "but I saw you signal to the hunters. Your words did not match your actions. You should act and speak the same, kindly."
The Lion and the Mouse.
A lion was sleeping happily when a mouse ran over its face. The lion woke up and was very angry. The big lion cuffed the little mouse to kill it. The mouse cried to the lion, "If you don't kill me someday, if you if you don't kill me someday, I will help you." Suddenly the lion started to laugh. "A little mouse can help a big lion like me." The lion thought it was funny and let it go. Soon after that day, the lion was walking in the forest. Suddenly it got caught in a net. The lion was very angry and roared. The mouse heard the lion and ran to help. The mouse saw the net and started chewing on it. Soon the mouse chewed a big hole in the net, and the lion was free. "See," the mouse said, "you laughed at me, but even a little mouse can help a big lion." Being kind to someone is never a waste.
The sick lion.
One day, an old lion realized that he was too old to hunt for food.
The lion was sure he would soon die.
The lion was sure he would soon die. He was very sad and went home. As he walked slowly home, the lion told a bird about his sad situation. Soon everyone in the forest heard about the lion's sad situation. The other animals all felt sorry for the lion. So one by one they came to visit the lion. The lion was old and weak, but very wise. As each animal came into his house, they were easy to catch and eat. Soon the old lion became happy and fat. One day, early in the morning, the fox came. The fox was very wise too. He slowly came close to the lion's home. Standing outside, he asked if the lion was feeling better. "Hello, my best friend," said the lion. "Is it you? I can't see you very well. You are so far away. Come closer, please, and tell me some kind words, because I am old and will die soon." While the lion was talking, the fox was looking closely at the ground in front of the lion's home. Finally, the fox looked up and said to the lion, "I am sorry, but I must go. I am very nervous because I see the footsteps of many animals going into your home, but I see none coming out again." He is wise who is warned by the misfortunes of others.
Chapter 2. The Dog and His Shadow.
A dog once had a nice piece of meat for his dinner. He was walking along with the meat in his mouth, as happy as a king. On his way home, there was a stream. The dog stopped to look into the calm, clear water. What did the dog see in the water? He saw a dog looking up at him. This dog looked the same as our happy little dog, and even had a similar piece of meat in each mouth. I'll try to get that meat too, said the dog. But as soon as he tried to bite the new piece of meat, his own meat fell out of his mouth and into the stream. Then he saw that the other dog in the water had lost his piece too. He went sadly home. That day he only had his dreams to eat. Be careful of losing something you have for something that may not exist.
Belling the cat.
One day all the mice came together to talk about the cat. We must think of a plan to get away from it, said one old mouse. It has eaten too many of us, so what shall we do? At last one proud young mouse stood up. You know, my brothers, said the young mouse. The cat moves very quietly. We do not hear it quickly enough to escape. Let's tie a bell around the cat's neck. Then we can hear it coming and run away. Yeah, shouted old mouse.
Let's go and buy a bell.
Our smart young friend has thought on
But just then an old
excel-
mouse
excellent
said
plan.
the wise
Let's go and buy a bell. But just then an old mouse spoke.
bell on the
Wait a minute, said the wise old mouse. Your plan is very good, but who will tie the bell round the cat? Then each mouse looked at another, and they all said, right, who? It is easy to suggest difficult things, but it is hard to do them.
The hare and the tortoise.
One day a hare was making fun of a tortoise for being so slow. You think I am slow, said the tortoise. Let's run a race. And I bet that let's
Really?
run a race,
Try
and I bet that I will win. Oh really? Answered the hare. Let's try and see. Soon the hare and the tortoise agreed that the fox would be the judge for their race. On race day, both the hare and the tortoise met. The fox said the starting line. Both started off together. Soon the hare was far ahead of the slow tortoise. The hare thought she could stop and take a rest. The hare thought she could stop and take a rest. She found some nice, comfortable grass to rest in and was soon deep sleep. Meanwhile, the tortoise kept going and going. He was slow, but he never stopped. After a nice long sleep, the hare woke up. But there was a problem. Slow and steady wins the race.
The stag and the lake.
One very hot day, a tall, strong stag stopped to drink from a clear lake. When he took a drink, he could see his image in the water. My oars are beautiful. My oars are so beautiful, he said. They are so strong and graceful, but I'm still sad because my legs are so thin and ugly. At that moment, a lion came through the forest. and tried to jump
Stag ran away
on the stag. The stag ran away very, very fast. The ugly legs helped him run away, but the lion didn't stop following the stag. Soon the stag ran into the forest, but the forest was very thick with many trees. His beautiful arms got caught in the branches. He tried to pull away, but he couldn't because of the long arms. Finally, the lion caught up with the stag and killed him. People often forget what is really important in our lives.
The country mouse and the city mouse.
One day, a city mouse went to visit his friend in the country. The country mouse was very glad to see his good friend. He gave his guest the best dinner that he could find. The country mouse was afraid that war was. The country mouse was afraid that there was not enough food for. After the city mouse ate all dinner, he said, "How can you live in the country, my friend? You can see nothing but forests, rivers, fields, and mountains. You must be very tired to hearing nothing but bird songs. Come with me to the city. There you can live in a beautiful house and have good things for dinner every day. When you have lived in the city for a week, you will forget all about living in the country." So the two mice went to the city. They reached the home of the city mouse at night. "You must be hungry. We walked for a long time," said the city mouse to his friend. "We will have some dinner immediately." So they went to the dining room, and the city mouse found some. So they went to the dining room, and the city mouse found some cake and fruit. Help yourself," he said. "There is enough for both of us,"
The mice jumped off the table
and ran
in the floor.
into the hole in the floor. The poor little country mouse was so frightened.
Said his friend.
Do not be afraid," said his friend. "The dog cannot come in here." Then he mice went to the kitchen. They found an apple pie on the shelf. They were enjoying a piece of it.
Cried the city mouse.
At that moment, they saw two great eyes matching them. The cat, cried the city mouse, and the mice quickly ran through a hole in the wall. When the country mouse could speak, he said, "Goodbye, my friend. You can live in the city with the dogs and cats. I like my home in the country. In the country, the birds sing to me while I eat my simple corn and apples. In the city, the cats watch you eating your fancy cake and pie. Better a simple meal in peace than a fancy meal in fear."